Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to my film and TV channel. And we have a look at a movie today. This is streaming as from the 8th of December 2020 in the USA and worldwide territories as well. So you can capture this science fiction action thriller. It's nice to have a sci-fi thriller. I've not had one of these for a while. And today we're going to have a look at Monsters of Man. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications so we know these vlogs are coming out. Make sure your notifications are set to public. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I've hit the 500 subscribers. Let's get on there. Let's get up as quick as we can. So if you're not subbed already, please do so, or give someone a kick in my direction. If I try and entertain and inform with these reviews of what's going on and a little bit about the film as well. Not just a basic review, just a little bit about the film and what it's about and who's in it and what's happening. So please do that. And if you check my playlist, you'll see drama reviews, TV, film reviews, etc., posters, quizzes, all that sort of thing. And you will see some football vlogs as well for my football team, Manchester City. So I do Citizen channel, so I do City history stuff and City present stuff. So if you know anyone who might be interested in that, or you're interested yourself, please, again, give them a nudge. Give them a nudge in my direction. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Right, let's get on with this. Monsters of Man, yeah. 2 hours, 11 minutes. That's the first real problem with this movie from my point of view. It's classed as a science fiction action thriller, directed and written by Mark Toyer, who's not a familiar name to me. It stars Neil McDonough. It's nice to see him. Not seen him for a while. Brett Tudor, Jose Rossetti, and lots of different characters, which is another problem. Perhaps you had to get all these characters into a 2 hours, 11 minutes film. What's it about? Well, the synopsis reads interesting. It's a robotics company teams up with a corrupt CIA agent undergoing an illegal, unsanctioned military operation, dropping 4 prototype robots into a suspected drug manufacturing camp in the Golden Triangle that no one will miss. The mission is to prove the robotics company is worthy of winning a lucrative military contract. 6 doctors on a good cause witness the brutal slaughter of an innocent village and are forced into a deadly game of cat and mouse as they become the new target. So there you go, interesting premise. All right, we've seen it a bit before, but yeah, it sort of appealed to me until I saw the 2 hours 11 minutes runtime. But I mean, obviously, take out the credits, it's about 2 hours 5 minutes. So there you go. Anyway, Internet Movie Database, what are people thinking about it, what people are saying? There's not much out there, nothing on Rotten Tomatoes, nothing on Metacritic as yet from the critics. It's quite early days, but there's quite a lot of people seen this, and we've had over 250 reviews left on Internet Movie Database, reviews and scores, and there's only actual 6 or 7 people bothered to leave a review. And it's only averaging 4.7 out of 10, which isn't fantastic, isn't it? So I must admit, when I actually watched this, it was averaging just over 5. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go, see what it's like. Some of the comments in Internet Movie Database from the users, people, Joe Public like you and me. One comment, far too long. Eventually, you want the robots to hurry up. Yeah, that's fair enough. Someone else wrote, number 5 is alive. Kinda. Well, I mean, that was another one of my thoughts before I read that as well. Someone else wrote, merely okay. And the positives, we got someone said surprisingly good. Someone wrote action, and more action, which is a positive because they give it a good mark. And someone else wrote, I think this guy might be connected with the film, totally captivated from start to finish watching this. So there you go. Obviously that was very, very positive. I'm not going to say it was that bad, but obviously that's just a little bit too much, that one. Right, my thoughts on it, Bernard's thoughts, very quickly. Say we've not got a lot to go on, have we? Yeah, I mean, my first initial thoughts was similar to the reviewer above, was this is sort of Short Circuit meets Terminator meets sort of Rambo. You know, it's a bit of a without being as good as any of those 3, unfortunately. Long term, I mean, it's not the worst idea. It's not the worst synopsis, and there was obviously quite a few quid spent on this for the action and science fiction. So we had the science fiction writer, director, cinematographer, producer Mark Toyer. Yeah, he virtually does everything apart from brew the tea, I think, or nips to Starbucks, obviously where this is filmed. I don't think, well, they might have a Starbucks, they probably do, don't they, wherever this was filmed. It looked Asia, but I'm not too sure where. But yeah, Mark Toyer did everything in this. So yeah, there was a few quid spent on it, and it's not a bad little sci-fi premise as such, but there are some okay elements to this film. But the trouble is, yeah, over 2 hours. I mean, it's not got the talent acting wise to keep you sort of invested. It's not got the story to justify that. It has got a story, yeah, but over 2 hours play. I mean, this isn't Star Wars. This is just a basic sci-fi action thriller. Not that it doesn't pack a lot in. It's just it gets a little bit repetitive. That's a problem. There's lots of action, but it does get a little bit. Certainly, in the first half of the film, becomes a little bit repetitive in the action scenes. Then the second part of the film, it becomes a little bit repetitive in the cat and mouse hiding scenes. So yeah, would it work as a 3-part miniseries? Perhaps it'd be a lot better, but it would be far better if a lot of this had ended up on the cutting room floor and they stuck it down to 90 minutes. Even 90 minutes, I don't even want to go to 100 minutes. I think if you crammed everything in that you get in this film to a 90-minute film, it would have been very watchable. Not to say it wasn't watchable, some people did like it, but there you go. I mean, the CGI is excellent, the effects are excellent. A couple of the robot things are a bit iffy, but no, most of it sort of works. And there's too many characters to really care about. There's one or two you sort of like, and they put out of the misery quite early doors. But yeah, I mean, the acting's fine, but I didn't really have an affinity with the characters, and this is it. I mean, obviously, I would have had more affinity with actually one of the killer robots gets a bit of a personality, and obviously, it would have been quite interesting. This is where the Johnny Five connections come in, obviously with Short Circuit. It would have been quite interesting to go with that more in the film, to be honest with you, because obviously I felt more for that robot perhaps than I felt for some of the humans on show, and I didn't really care that much if they survived by the end of it. Well, initially anyway. I mean, obviously a couple grew on me. I did want them to survive a little bit. I mean, the second long half of the movie at least brings a little bit of personality more in the humans, which you don't really get in that first half. So yes, I did care just a little bit, but not much. I mean, I didn't care really that much about it. I just wanted the robots to go around and come back and kill the guys who'd set them up the idiots who'd set them up in the first place, because there seems to be a right bunch of idiots, the guys who programmed these robots initially. I've seen one or two positive user reviews, although the ratings are quite low, but they do appear, as I said, that last one was a little bit over the top with the praise of this film. And yes, it is very watchable if you're not 50 minutes of it. It would be, yeah, very watchable for a sort of a lower budget attempt, as I said, even though it looks quite well put together. And instead, if you sort of looked at it from a different angle, more from the robot's view, it might have been more interesting as well. But yeah, if you watch it in a couple of parts, if you perhaps be better because I got more bored in the first half of the film certainly than I did in the second half of the film. Although they do get, as I said, repetitive. You get a lot of action, then you get the hiding cat and mouse sort of thing in the second half of the film, and the baddies don't get quite expanded on that I'd like. But yeah, so it's a funny one to score, this one. I say it wasn't a total disaster, but it can get a little bit. And if it's the sort of film I wouldn't have been doing this review on, I might have sort of turned it off after half an hour and gone back to it, because it did get a little bit monotonous, certainly the first half of the film. So I'm going to give it one of those ratings where I wouldn't say it was great, but I'm going to give it a sat on the fence 5.5 out of 10, which sort of falls in line with Internet Movie Database anyway, because it's not a total disaster. I just wish they hadn't took so long. Perhaps Mr. Teo, when he put this together, had invested so much in it from time and probably not his own money. I'm not having said that, probably his own money as well, that he didn't want to lose anything. I think he should have lost a little bit. I think more should have ended up on the cutting room floor, and it's a shame he would have ended up. I certainly would have thought about giving it certainly a 6 out of 10 rating if it actually kept it down to 90 minutes, and I think it would have been a far better film. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. So I'm not going to put you off watching it. If you do like a good sci-fi action thriller with robots, killer robots, then it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But to say it could have been so much better, and say there's elements that perhaps could have been expanded on that weren't, and get rid of some of the repetitivity. Was that how you pronounce it? It gets rid of some of that, and it would have been far better. So 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, the poster. It's a boring poster, isn't it? I mean, you've got a film film with plenty of action on it and killer robots, and you end up with that as your poster. It's just a little bit bland and boring to me. So you should have featured some, perhaps all the time consumed. You should have spent a little bit more time on doing a promotional poster for it as well, rather than just spending over 2 hours on a film. But yeah, I'm only going to give the poster 4 out of 10. I just think it's very uninteresting. Just looks like a fancy camera, that, to be honest with you. Doesn't sort of go in line with the title, does it? But there you go. Anyway, let me know in your comments. If you get to watch this, well, let me know in your comments. Anything you want, and I'll answer you or give you a thumbs up if necessary. That'd be fantastic. I'll try and reply to all comments where they need it. Obviously, if it's just a matter of you saying something nice, thank you very much, and I'll give you a thumbs up. That's wonderful. Anyway, please check my links on screen. I do follow and friend everyone back on Facebook and Twitter. I do check every couple of days and do that. And also, as you know, if you watch my videos, or you don't know, if you've not seen one of these before, I used to have a video shop in Manchester in the 1990s and 2000s, and I still have a little moviegamenostalgia.com website where I sell old and rare DVD stuff that's hard to get hold of in the UK. Some older classic films on there as well, from foreign language stuff as well. And I also sell the posters that I collected during my time in the video shop from the 90s and 2000s. Some great films, some great actors, so check on there, and also some board games as well. So moviegamenostalgia.com. If you can check my little website, that'll be much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for watching today. Whatever you're going to do the rest of it, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, look after each other. Until we meet again here on my film and TV channel, or perhaps you flit over to my Football Citizen channel. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Until we meet again, please stay safe, everyone. Bernard saying goodbye for now.